This is semi-double hammock carry. It's a double hammock carry you can do that has only one shoulder. Your other shoulder has no wrap over it. And I wanted to show you how to do this one for one of my members in Woven Wrap Guild who requested it. So a couple things that are great about this variation. One, you can do it with a very short, you can do this carry with a very short wrap. This wrap is 2 sizes smaller than my base size, and it's 2 sizes smaller than what I would usually use to do a full double hammock carry. So you can do it with a short wrap. That means the wrap takes up less room in the diaper bag. If you're carrying it, it's easier to carry or wrap around you until you need it. And also, for summertime, which most of you watching are probably here in winter with me, but in summertime, it's a lot cooler. One whole shoulder is bare. For me, that makes a huge difference. I was wrapping my babies in Florida, where it was hot most of the year, so having one shoulder bare actually made me much, much less warm, so that is a tip. And there's no tie around the waist, so that also will feel a lot cooler. In the winter, it might also be nice. You can put a coat or a special made baby wearing sweatshirt over it, and still, if your shoulder gets bunched up, at least it's only one shoulder. The shoulder has full range of motion. If you're going to be putting away dishes in the cabinet or something where you need full range of motion, that's good. And oh, here is a perk you might like about it. While a full double hammock carry is a little more supportive because it uses both your shoulders, and then it has bunched passes over and under the legs. This carry sometimes can feel a lot less shoulder heavy. Double hammock carry already has this spread chest pass taking a bunch of the weight, so it's not usually that shoulder heavy. But having a pass, a torso pass, where it comes around your side, across baby, all the way around you, so it's making a full loop around me, that can really take a lot of the weight off of shoulders. So you might find that this one actually feels more comfortable for you. Give it a try. Now, some people will find that because one shoulder is free, baby is more likely to lean towards this side. On the other side, there's wrap coming over baby. This could be over baby's arm or under if your baby is old enough for arms out. Obviously, I've got giant toddler doll, so this size baby usually would be fine being arms out. But it can make baby lean to one side. If you have that problem, then a symmetrical carry is usually nicer, both symmetrical as far as how it goes over and under the legs, as well as over or under your shoulders. So then you might find that you don't like this one during certain stages. So it's nice to know about, and I'm going to show you how to do it now that I've talked it up. I'm using my beautiful sunset rainbow wrap, which is so pretty. And it is a size 3 wrap, which again is 2 sizes smaller than my base size. So if you have any questions about what size you should be using or what your base size is, let me know. I will walk you through that. And in the meantime, let's do a quick semi-double hammock carry. I should mention it could also be quicker than a full double hammock carry just because you're done sooner. There's fewer steps because you run out of wrap and you tie it. Okay. You can do this with a baby or a toddler. It's probably not going to be the best carry for a very young baby, but you want your baby's knees a little lower than the chest pass is going to be, and the chest pass is going to go under your breasts. So I'm going to want my baby's knees not higher than this in order to distribute the weight most comfortably. You can have baby higher, but as baby gets heavier, you really want that weight taken on your chest and not your shoulders. So then you'll want baby's knees at least this high on your back. And if you have a little baby, that may mean that they can't see over your shoulder, which is fine if you and your baby are fine with that and you're able to monitor your baby safely. And as they get to be toddler size, having their knees here is no problem for them to see over your shoulder anyway. Okay, this is an off-center carry. I'm going to have one very short tail and do all the wrapping with my other long tail. So I've just got about, an arm's length here of wrap on one side and the rest on the other side. I'm going to swing my baby onto my back. You can get your baby up any way you want. All right. Now you can do this with a longer wrap, and I actually like learning some carries with a longer wrap than you need, because if this short tail was longer, I could hold it between my knees, which would make it very much easier to do this carry. And then as you get good at it, then maybe it's not so valuable to you to hold it between your knees. You get better at being able to pin it with your chin or whatever you need to do. But the faster you are at it, the faster you are at the carry, the easier it is to not have that held between your knees like that. So if you can practice it with a slightly longer wrap so that you can hold it between your knees, that will probably help. But I'm doing it with not a longer wrap, so I'll show you what I do. When I need to, I'll give this a couple of twists, pin it with my chin. This long tail is going to come under my arm. I'm going to make sure my baby's knee is held up by the wrap on both sides, and then I'm going to come across and do the chest pass. So pins that under my chin. Here's one chest pass strategy. I'm going to hold this top rail in my teeth and just stick the bottom rail, pin it under baby's bottom, so it'll hold it there for a minute while I get the top rail in place. Okay. Now I can get that out of my teeth and do the top rail. And pinning that under my baby's bottom just helps me keep baby from popping the seat while I'm doing the top rail. I'm moving this bottom bunch up so it's just at baby's knee and not farther down baby's leg. And I want to do that on both sides. I'm not really going to worry too much about the top rail yet. I'm going to go ahead and do I'm not worrying too much about the bottom rail yet. I'm going to go ahead and do a top rail L pull. So I am using terms that I expect you know if you do double hammock carries already, but if you're altogether new to this, you might not know. L pull means the side you just passed over your baby comes out to the side with my arm above it, and the tail over my shoulder comes straight up, and I hop and pull them both outward and upward at the same time to get the top rail snug here. And I'm actually going to bunch a little more at the top, and I can sort of do a top bunch L pull, meaning instead of holding just the top rail, I'm going to hold this whole top section that I've bunched and tighten that again. Okay, I'm going to gather that back up, and now I'm going to do the bottom rail for real. So I'll hold this top rail in my teeth, I'll hold that under my chin, and we'll do the bottom rail. Okay, so now we've placed the bottom rail. We're going to tighten the whole wrap by doing that L pull again. Short tail over my shoulder comes up. The long tail is still under my arm, and my arm's above it. And I'm going to reach back, not forward, but back as well as up. And on this side, I'm going to reach back as well as to the side, and I'm going to hop and snug up that chest pass. All right. So now we're almost done with double hammock carry, but because we're doing a semi-double hammock carry, we're really close to almost done. All we have to do now is tie, because if you saw the beginning of this, you know we don't put any wrap over our shoulder. Most double hammock carry variations at this point, we would move this so it's over my shoulder. We don't have to do that. We're just going to bring it across to this short tail and tie a knot, and that's it. So I would like to tie a slip knot here. That'll give me the power to adjust this after I tie, which is nice. So I don't have to worry so much about strand by strand tightening this before tying the knot. I can actually do that afterwards if I tie a slip knot. The other thing you should decide is whether you want to keep this bunched coming across you or spread it out, because when you tie the knot, you want to make sure it's tightened in the position it's going to be, because the slip knot does not allow you to tighten this way. So this we want to be fully tight. This we want to, we don't want to let slack into it on purpose or anything. It is supporting our baby, keeping our baby from wiggling and ruining the carry, but we can do more minute tightening at the end. So here's my slip knot. The side coming under my arm comes across my body and over my shoulder tail. Note that I have my shoulder tail untwisted, so the red here, orange, yellow, green, blue. See, I can't quite see my purples. They're folded under a bit, so let's go ahead and liberate them. Okay, so while I don't have to worry too much about tightening this shoulder tail before I tie the knot, I do want to make sure it stays straight as it goes through the knot. So that's why I'm checking that. And now this longer tail comes over it and up towards my chin. Like that. All right, now before I finish the slip knot, I am going to arrange this the way I want it. And I am going to tighten this single knot I've made here before I go ahead and do the double knot. Okay, so I'm gonna start at one end. Here's the purples, and I can hop two and then go through to the blues, hop, and to the greens and yellow. And I'm just tightening all of this as it's coming through here. Orange, red, and the very top rail. Very edge of the reds here, let's see. Right here. Okay, so see if you're happy with that. See if there's any slack in this, and if so, go ahead and adjust some more. Let me tighten up those blues a little more until you're happy with that. And then you can finish your slip knot. So that whole time I've been holding this shoulder tail because the single knot is not going to keep it from slipping that way. All of baby's weight's on it. So I was just holding that while I was using this hand to tighten across this. And I'm going to go ahead and tighten the oranges before I go on, because you can see there's some slack in them. Okay. Okay, that's better. So now I want my knot to stay over on this side, by the way, not in the center of my chest. And it's hanging down here. I'm going to reach across me to hold that short tail and let that long tail hang over my wrist and then come under the shoulder tail, and then my hand there will grab it and pull it back through that loop we just made. You can watch that part as many times as you need to, or let me know if you need a video on slip knots, and pull it tight. And now we have a slip knot here. We're done with our semi double hammock carry. Okay, so, I meant to get baby's arms out as I was wrapping, but this one got trapped. I wasn't paying attention. So I might actually, once I got that arm out, I might want to redo that slip knot to tighten up that top rail. Let's see. All that slack there. I just went back to single knot so I could tighten through it, and now I can go ahead and finish it. And now arms are out. Okay, so now I can tighten this first pass that was over my baby. I can tighten it up at my shoulder down through this slip knot, strand by strand. So I hold on to the slip knot, I hop and pull and go down it strand by strand. Some of them aren't moving. That's because those strands are already tight. And I don't want to pull them tighter, because then if I have one strand that's too tight, it can dig in up here and be uncomfortable. So I'm just letting slack come through if there is any slack, and that way it ends up tightening evenly and comfortably. And now I have my baby in a sling pass and a horizontal torso pass. I have the chest pass, and I have the second sort of sling pass, if you think of it going from the shoulder to under this arm, and a slip knot I can tighten through, and that is your semi-double hammock carry. Okay, what do you think? Let me know in the comments. If you're watching this in replay, give me hashtag replay in the comments. Do you like this carry, or are you planning to try this carry? Do you like the idea of a shorter and one shoulder free double hammock carry? How does it work for you, and what questions do you have? Put it all in the comments so I can come back and answer it for you. And until the next one, happy wrapping.